This presentation is on gamification. And does gamification increase student engagement and improve student learning outcomes? This is for class EDG 9200. My name is Chipra Tennyson. It's for Concordia University, Dr. Jacobson's class. Engagement. Provide an uncommon experience for your students, and they will provide an uncommon result. Today's agenda, I will go over the team, the introduction to my research. I'll define, measure, analyze, implement, control, and then wrap it up with a conclusion. I'll go ahead and start with my team. My team consisted of me, Chipper Tennyson. I'm currently the Director of Curriculum and Instruction for the Lake Geneva School District. I've spent 24 years in the field of education, teaching grades 4th, 2nd. I also had the opportunity to gain a master's in reading from Alverno University. I moved into a role as a reading specialist, and then shortly after that returned to school to gain a master's in business administration. I continued to further my education at St. Mary's University, where I gained a superintendency license. I love learning. I'm currently at Concordia, hoping to finish up my doctoral degree in the near future. In my spare time, I enjoy spending time with my family. I'm married and I have a son. He is in high school, and we enjoy everything outside. We like to hike and bike. We are a very active family. Well, today I'm going to talk to you about the problem. And my problem is student engagement and the reoccurring behaviors in our 6th grade math instruction class. Student achievement is at an all-time low. We know that our traditional teaching methods that consisted of lectures and a lot of sit and get have not proven to be successful for our students. So what I've decided to do is to take a look at gamification. A significant portion of our students, 46.5%, are eligible for free and reduced. Our classroom teachers face significant challenges with reoccurring behavioral issues. It hinders the ability to engage students within the learning process. Research has showed that many educators struggle due to the insufficient student motivation within the classrooms. And studies have revealed that gamification strategies significantly increase engagement. You're probably wondering, what is gamification? Gamification enhances student engagement through interactive and game-inspired elements. Incorporating these components into our academic environment can boost student involvement, leading to a heightened time on task and overall increased student outcomes. We know that high levels of engagement through gamification motivates students and makes the learning environment more enjoyable. Not only does gamification benefit students, it also benefits teachers. Gamification effectively steers students towards motivation. and motivating activities that foster a love for learning in all content areas. So, the purpose of my research project. In my research project, I planned to study two sets of sixth grade math students and to compare their time on task and their respective rates of academic achievement. So, how do I plan on doing that? Well, I'm going to use the influence of Math Jeopardy within the classroom to measure engagement. First, I will give a pre-test, then give the students a task, and then measure their achievement in a post-test. I'll be looking for on-task behaviors and tallying them. And those on-task behaviors would be students engaging with their work. By systematically collecting and analyzing the data, I will be able to prove whether Math Jeopardy or a gamification strategy within the classroom increases student engagement as well as academic outcomes. Group A. That specific group received a low engagement activity. I gave them a post test, 10 question algebraic expressions test, then asked them, then I provided instruction on an algebraic expression, a standard. Then I asked the students to do their low engagement activity, and that was a student worksheet. And what I found was alarming. 6 students were given 15 minutes to perform the worksheet activity. And as you can see from my data, the student engagement rate was dismal, as well as how the students performed on their achievement test, pre and post. I could conclude from this activity, student engagement with worksheets was significantly lacking. Group B. Group B was allowed to have a high engagement activity. They were also given a pre and post test to test their achievement given the Math Jeopardy around the same concepts, algebraic expressions, and then I measured how they did. Students who participated in a high engagement activity were given 15 minutes to take their test. The engagement was phenomenal. Students were highly engaged within the activity. There was lots of discussion and volunteering, and the participation and the energy level within the classroom was fantastic. As a result, the post-test scores also increased, ranging from 20% to 40% engagement. Looking at the overall analysis, the average percentage improvement in the pre and post test, you will see that there is a significant improvement in the students that were given the engagement activity. My controls. my analysis continues. I analyze student achievement data and time on task and its influence on the academic outcomes. Through my analysis, I gained a specific insight into the effectiveness of the implemented gamification strategy. This stage was instrumental in informing my decisions moving forward. Implementation. What's next? Through the analysis, I gained insight into the impact and implementation of gamification strategies on student achievement and time on task. The data I gathered through pre and post observations allowed for me to make adjustments, redefine, and employ new strategies moving forward to increase student outcomes. To measure improvement in student achievement through gamification strategies, continuing to do assessments on student engagement, time on task, will need to be conducted. The ongoing evaluation will serve as a basis for redefining and enhancing those strategies. I believe it is important to measure through self-assessment, peer reflections, and pre and post tests student knowledge gained through gamification. To measure these improvements, you must be systematic and adopt necessary strategies as it does impact student outcome and student achievement. Using things like self-assessment and journaling or reflective prompts to engage students in their learning and then to ask for feedback. I think it's important that information be gained through exit tickets. Think, pair, share, or even a simple thumbs up, thumbs down. Asking for student feedbacks allows the teacher to readjust and to realign their controls. It also allows teachers to collectively take responsibility in communication on students who struggle. If the student struggles, how do we incorporate other practices within our system to ensure the increase in student outcomes? I think allows us as educators to alter and to redesign curriculum. Through this study, it opened my eyes on the importance of integrating these strategies, engagement strategies and gamification strategies, into the curriculum, aiming to construct learning modules that align with state standards that are crafted to improve engagement. During this process, I focused on developing a curriculum renewal cycle that allowed me to collectively gain information from staff on how I could better support our curriculum redesign. I also looked at ways that we can track student engagement within the classroom. I focused on our student learning management system, working with our tech director and a program called EduClimber to help track student engagement. And how does that student engagement impact our overall outcomes in achievement? Looking at high-stake tests, common assessments, and practices that happen within our grade levels that we can use, and where are we going to house that data. Also caused me to take a look at redesigning classroom spaces, looking at the overall setup of a classroom, and how can we use classroom structures to lend itself to more gamification strategies, more engagement strategies, more small group interaction, allowing individuals to think, pair, share, and discuss their learning, because we know that discussion engages. I also looked at designing teacher professional development that is focused on different stages of development, encompassing sessions where students and parents receive information about engagement, providing an outlet to coordinate classroom observations where we work together as a staff to look at what others are doing to engage students, again, increasing student outcomes. Overall, my control parameters were time management, student engagement, curriculum alignment, and then, of course, technology integration. Time management, I was bound by our schedule. I could only be within the classroom or a classroom environment. Our blocks are only 44 minutes long. I know that a control being student engagement on that pre and post test being more than 60%. Aligning our curriculum to the control that's set forth by the state in our state standards. Technology integration. Creating a help ticket system that allowed staff, when experiencing issues, to have them mitigated as soon as possible. Overall, my research project really sparked me to take a look at instructional practices and how we gain that information on student achievement and the impact gamification has on student engagement. We know that an engaged student is a student that is on task, vested in their learning, collaboratively engages in learning goals with all stakeholders. I think achievement is the outcome. The means to get there is through student engagement. My study allowed me to see the impact that gamification has on learning outcomes. I look forward to continuing this research. I'd like to expand it onto a larger scale, impacting more students, more staff, and overall making our educational system whole. Thank you.